What's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy JR here, JR Tech 3, back with another video. And like I said in the last video, I was gonna come back and talk about this Galaxy Note 20 Ultra that I have right here. Ooh, that glare is something serious. But as you can see, man, I got the Note 20 right here, Note 20 Ultra right here, and I have the Galaxy Z Fold 3 right here. So a lot of y'all out there that's either got the Note 20 Ultra, or you might have an S21 Ultra, or one of the later flagship phones aside from the Galaxy Z Fold or Flip, and you want to know, let's compare some of the good, the bad, and the uglies. Let's try to figure out, should I upgrade or not? Because this is a serious thing, man. I mean, neither one of these phones are cheap, you know what I mean? So, and to be completely honest, the Galaxy Z Fold is the most expensive. So is it worth trading up? Should you trade up or not? All right, so first thing I'm gonna talk about is the design for both. Okay, so talking about the Note 20 Ultra, it has a beautiful design. This one right here, as you can see, I have it in the Mystic White. This is a 128 gig version right here. It's got a 6.9 inch display on it, and it's 120 hertz. And it looks really good, man. It looks really good. So I'm just gonna show you just how it looks a little bit right here. I mean, there's no complaining about this screen at all, none whatsoever. And then you have the Galaxy Z Fold that has a 6.2 inch on the front that opens obviously to the, let me open it up for dramatic effect, that opens up to the 7.6 inch display. Now, which also has 120 hertz on it, front and back. Now that in itself, just the fact that it's bigger, most people say bigger is better. I'll be honest with you, it's not always, it's kind of slippery. It's not always the case, man. It's really not always the case. I find a lot of times, let's say if you currently have the Note 20, it's simple. You don't even have to, with the screen just completely off, you got the in-screen fingerprint sensor. You just tap it and it's open. It's right there for you. You can go straight into doing whatever you're doing. You don't have to worry about anything else. As opposed to the Galaxy Z Fold, you have the fingerprint sensor on the side, and you can save up to, I believe, 4 fingerprints. So whichever your dominant hand is, then that's, you want to save the most fingerprints on that hand. So you can tap it, you can have it so that you can just tap it and it'll open, or you can have it so you can click and it'll open. And it works for the most part, except if you select the option in the settings to just, whenever you tap it, it completely opens instead of having to click it or swipe it up. It can get kind of annoying because when you're just holding it in general, it's gonna open up randomly, you know what I'm saying? So that in itself can be a little tricky. Not really too fond of that myself, but of course you do have the facial recognition that you can use, the pattern, or just a regular password, that you can use to open it and whatnot. So there's that. Now, talking about getting to stuff quick, I personally feel like the Note 20 dominates with that, because like I said, you can just, with the screen being off, just tap your finger and it opens right up. You can go to whatever app you want to go to, boom. And with the Z Fold 3, there are certain apps that aren't completely optimized to transfer from the front display to the full 7.6 inches. And I've noticed that on a couple of apps. And I'm not saying this is just a software thing. It could update, and be quicker, and the problem could be solved. But it can be kind of tricky with that sometimes, and kind of annoying, because some apps may not transfer over, you just crash and just go right back to the home screen. I've seen that happen. And it's not completely with like major apps like Facebook, any type of social media, YouTube, or streaming apps like Netflix. Any major apps like that have already pretty much optimized their apps for the transition. But certain apps, who are companies with apps that are just getting started, they got to catch up. They got to catch up. So that's just something to consider as far as the display, and the design goes. And the next thing I want to talk about, and this is a big one for me, on the Note 20 Ultra, you still have expandable memory. So you can get the 128 gig version, and I believe the other one is a 512. That's the only two that you can get. But you have expandable memory. So If you want to save money, you get the 128. You have the 128 gig, and you just go on and expand your memory. You don't have to worry about anything, as opposed to, you know, you can get the 512. But personally, I would only get the 512 if I knew for a fact that I was going to keep the phone. I was not getting rid of it. I'm not completely sure that the Note is done yet, so I'm gonna hold on to the Note. I'm gonna hold on to this version right here. So that's just something to consider, you know. And with the Fold, you have a 128, 256, 512 version, no expandable memory. So then you gotta start thinking out the box. You gotta, you know, purchase different cloud services or different cloud devices for your personal, you know, media. You gotta kind of think out the box with the Fold. And I know the first thing that pops in your mind is like, damn, it's an $1,800 phone, man. It should have everything I need and more. But I mean, we just not there yet, you know. So I mean, but it will get there. It will get there. Not necessarily expandable memory, because I think they may be phasing those out, but the options, you know, for cloud services, I mean, at the end of the day, we're all going to end up probably having to do that, because I mean, to be honest with you, you're probably going to end up doing some, I don't know, end up not even having a device one day. It'll just be all in our mind. And the next thing that for some people is really going to be a big issue, and that's that doggone S Pen. This right here, this simple, just that in itself, in my opinion, is a fold killer. Fold killer, S21 killer. I don't even think you can do it on a Z Flip, but it's like the S Pen is a staple for a Note, man, and it originated with the Note. So the fact that you can house it in the Note, you got air gestures, you got everything that comes with it right here in the Note. Now with the Fold, S21, yeah, they do have S Pens that you can purchase that are compatible with the multiple Galaxy devices, but none of them actually house the S Pen unless you get a case. And let's be honest, man, we ain't really liking that whole flappy leather case with the S Pen on the side. So you got two different editions. You got the Fold edition, and then you have the S Pen Pro. I'm gonna be doing a review on the S Pen Pro as soon as it comes in the mail. I mean, it's super back order right now. All of them are. For the Fold, it is good, but for you to get the real full features, almost aside from just it being housed in the actual device, is you have to get the Pro. And the Pro pen is actually a lot bigger than the regular S Pen. So, you know, it's just some things to consider, man. So if you are a hardcore Note user and you really like using the S Pen, you get everything with the S Pen, all the features right here with the Note, as opposed to having to, I don't know, you're just going to have to figure that thing out with the S Pen on the Fold, man. With the Pro, you know, you just put it, I don't know, put it in the put it in your bag somewhere. You know, if you have an office bag or something, put it in your office bag. Or I don't know, you maybe have a 3M tape a magnet on the back of the Note, on the back of the S Pen Pro case, and put the other side of the magnet on the device maybe, and just, you know, I mean, that's, you're gonna have to figure some stuff out. Moving on to the performance of both devices, in all honesty, you are not gonna see the difference. 865 Snapdragon, 888. It's not that big a difference. They're both super fast, no lag whatsoever. Okay, all right, I take that back. So the Fold does kind of have a lag. Like I said, when you're doing stuff on the front screen here, and then you go, you know, let's say, all right, let's take it to Instagram, for instance. So I'm gonna click on Instagram right here. All right, so we on IG. You know, you got everything going good, and then you open it. I mean, it's quick for certain apps, you know what I'm saying? And then you close it and it goes out. But it's not always that smooth. Like I said, it's only dependent on certain apps. But as far as performance wise, both of them are beasts. You ain't got to worry about that. That should not even be a factor when considering which device to purchase at all. And the last thing, but not least, is the cost. The cost. Everybody knows Galaxy Z Fold 3, $1,800 starting out. That's for the 256 version. Then you have the Note 20 Ultra right here, when it first came out, I mean, you can still go to Samsung and you can pay full price for it, $1,200. You know, you can get it for $1,200. But you can also go to places like Amazon. You can go to a lot of different places because the phone's been out for a while now. So you got really good rebates on it. Samsung has really good trade-in value on these phones. You can go to Amazon, and I'll leave a link in the description for an unlocked version of the Note 20 Ultra. If you're interested in getting one, you can get one for as low as $8. I think I've seen like $830, but that's like with a carrier. So I think an unlocked version is like $900. I'll leave that link in the description for that one, for the unlocked version. That's not tied to a carrier. $1,800, $1,200, or $900 if you do your research. So I don't know, man. I mean, you got a lot to consider. You know what I mean? So it's stuff that it's so much that we can talk about and compare. We can compare camera quality and everything. The fact that this one shoots 8K is a really big plus. It has a great camera on it now. Don't be sleeping on it. And then this one right here, it's okay. You're not buying it for the camera modules. You're really getting it for the 7.6-inch display, the folding, just the new. That's what you're getting it for. So now, overall, in my opinion, which one should you get? Or should you upgrade to the Galaxy Z Fold if you have a Note 20 Ultra? Should you upgrade from the Note 20 to the Fold? I would say, as far as specs are concerned, no. If you're just looking for better specs, no. The Note 20 Ultra has way better camera quality, just as much power, great processing power. Everything looks good and works perfectly fine on the Note 20. And the Z Fold, I mean, it has pretty much the same specs, if not a little bit less than other devices out. But if you are that type of person that you're looking for that new thing, you know, it's a new trend that's trying to catch on, and you want to wow people, the Z Fold is definitely the wow factor phone. It's not many, it's only a couple folding devices out right now, as opposed to the Slab, which is this right here. It's been out forever. So you got that. Which one am I? I have both devices. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm not getting rid of my Note 20 until they come out with another Note series. I'm not getting rid of my Note 20. I'm holding on to this thing. I don't care how good the resale value is, because I ain't gonna lie, there are times when I'm sitting here, you know, in the lab, or I may be, you know, at work or something, where I may have both devices on me, the Note and this, and sometimes I will pick up the Note quicker just because I can tap it and it's right there, and the screen is not small by any chance, you know. And the Fold, I do pick it up and I can look at it, but then I find myself kind of squinting a little bit at the screen because it is kind of narrow, and then it's like I gotta do that now, you know. And that's cool too. It's a wow factor, you know, and everything. But I don't know, man. I mean, the Note 20 still has its benefits. I can't pick for y'all. You got to pick for yourself and decide which one, you know, which option is better for you. Weigh out your pros and your cons. But I'm just here to give you the advice and my personal opinion on the specs and features of each phone. So with that being said, if this is your first time at the channel and you like the video, hit that thumbs up button, drop a comment below, let me know what you think, man. It's your boy JR Take 3. I'll holler at you on the next one. Be safe. Peace.